license really worth it? All these questions pop into your head as, should I? Shouldn't I? It's easy. I can do it part-time. And the list goes on and on and on. Today, we are gonna talk all about it. Okay, let's just answer that question right off the get-go. Yes, it is worth it. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It is your Denver realtor, Linda Barr here. I really want to take today, you guys, and kind of dispel some of the myths and get through or some of those misperceptions that people have out there about getting your license and actually working your business. I can sit here and say all day long that yes, it is worth it, but you must understand you actually have to put in the work and run your business to see those results. First and foremost, I'm gonna put this right out there, real estate is not easy. And did you know that a lot of agents fail within their first year? A little bit of backstory, back in 2017 when I went and got licensed and went through real estate school, we were actually presented with these stats. I just couldn't believe it, I couldn't fathom it. There were a ton of students in my class. It was probably about 50 of us when we started. The very first day of school, I remember when I actually went into the class setting. If you guys want to know more about your options and what real school entails if you're looking for one, I have a video, I have it linked right here, all about getting started and getting through those floodgates and picking and going through real estate school. So back to these stats, I remember the teacher coming out and saying, hey, look, there's like 50 of you guys in here, and by halfway through the course, you're gonna see it probably cut in half. So it'll probably be about 25 of you. And then once we get to the end, yeah, you'll probably cut it again, so they'll probably be down to like 10 or 15 of you. And then out of those, she just kept chunking it down, and out of those, you are gonna have maybe 8 or 10 of you that actually go and take the test. And out of that, you'll probably have about 4 or 6 of you that are actually going to pass, get your license, and out of that, maybe probably about 5 of you who are actually going to go to a brokerage and actively start working. And then from there, the stats go down and down and down, as in you have your first year where probably half of that is going to fail. And they also say about your 3 to 5 year mark is really gonna say if you're gonna be able to open up and really get going. With that being said, you guys can definitely look these stats up, but this is what I was told when I was in real estate school, and I was in shock. I was just like, there's no way, there's 50 of us here, they're just cutting it and cutting it. It's like every little tiny cycle, they kept cutting the numbers down. I'm like, there's no way, there's no way. And let me tell you guys, when I went to go test, I didn't keep track of everyone in my real estate school, but there was only me and one other person I know for a fact that went and tested, because her and I became real estate buddies or study buddies, if you want to call. But I know her and I did, and then we ended up joining the same brokerage. And from then on, I told you the teacher became my mentor. And she did say that there was about 4 of us that actually got licensed and got into the business. That just blows my mind right there, you guys. Let's just say this is a commitment. It is definitely a career choice. It's something that you want to do, and you have to work for it. It's something you got to be prepared for. You cannot jump into this saying, oh, this is so easy. Oh, I'll just do whatever. You need to make the commitment right off the bat. And now I want to talk about setting your mindset. This kind of piggybacks on what I say, where you don't want to get into this thinking it's going to be easy. You don't want to get into this just like seeing all the glamorous part of it. It is a lot of work. You are going to have to make the calls. You're gonna have to make yourself uncomfortable. You're gonna be doing the door knocking, cold calling, getting out and talking to people. This is how you are going to start building your client base. A lot of people get into this business thinking, I'm just gonna join a brokerage, they're gonna feed me the leads. There's a lot of misinterpretation because people think that leads just come. Leads just come to the brokerage. We just get handed out. Most of the time, if you do join a brokerage that's handing out leads, They are paying for it, and you are on a pipeline, which means you are not getting every lead that comes in, and it's also based on production. So if you are a top producing agent, you are probably gonna get fed more leads than a low producing agent. So just how it is, or you're gonna have to pay your brokerage to give you those leads that the brokerage is paying for. Now understand, you're also gonna have a lot of negativity. You are gonna get those really judgy people, you are gonna get rude comments, you're probably gonna get cussed out at some point, you're gonna get yelled at, you are gonna hear no a lot. Now having your mindset and being, I guess, tough-skinned, if you guys remember that metaphor, is gonna be really, really beneficial in this industry. You have to learn to become resilient. Push through those people, push through that mentality, and be able to find your people. The next thing I wanna talk about is this industry is definitely always a learning experience. You are in charge of prospecting, talking to people. Again, you are running your business. You have to put in the work. Now for me as a single agent, this definitely applies to me because I am the only one who's going to motivate myself. I am the only one who's gonna be looking over my shoulder going, hey Linda, you didn't make those calls. Hey Linda, this is why you don't have a deal this month. Hey Linda, this is why. Real estate is literally all about numbers. The more people you talk to, the more no's you get are only gonna guide you and get you to your yeses. You have to get through and talk to a lot of people to build your client base. If you are joining a team, that structure is a little bit different because sometimes the teams do have it to where they are kind of guiding you a little bit better, and you do have some teammates, you have people who you can go to. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you are still running your own business, and you really need to be the motivator for that. Since you are going to be talking to a lot of people, you really do need to learn your scripts, guys, so you can handle those objections when they come in, so you can handle the situation, and so you can actually talk to those potential clients. Now, when I first started, to be honest, I hated script. I did not want to learn scripts. I didn't want to do it. I thought they were completely unnecessary. I am my own person. I like naturally flowing conversation, and I'm like, I don't want scripts. I don't want to sound like a robot. I don't want to sound like every other agent out there. And this is where my mindset was. And honestly, it wasn't until recently that I was like, you know what? I need to learn my scripts. I need to learn how to handle these objectives, how I can talk to my clients and guide them in the right and proper way. It's not about being robotic. It's about understanding your clients' needs and their wants, because this industry is so crazy and there's so many moving parts within a transaction that sometimes people get clouded, especially first-time home buyers, especially someone who's just selling their house for the first time. They don't understand the process. They don't know what's going on. Your job to be able to guide them and help them navigate through the entire process. And if you don't know how to talk to them and how to bring them to a realization of what everything is entailed with this, you're really doing them a disservice, plus you're doing yourself a disservice. So don't look at the scripts as being robotic and just talking. You learn them and then you put them in your own thought process. It's just there as kind of a guide. I'm thinking of like a bowling alley, you know, when when I take my youngest bowling, we have to have those little things come up. He's doing it himself, but he's just having a little bumper guidance to get him down to those pins. All these things tied together that we've been talking about today, guys, is really, really gonna separate you from everyone else. I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Step outside that comfort zone or throw away the box and just make sure you're using all these tips and tricks as guides so that you can learn your stride. Learn what works for you so that you can be successful, run your business the way you need to, and be able to guide and help your clients. And that is it for today's video, you guys. Short and sweet and full of tips, and I hope this really put in perspective, because I feel like a lot of people talk about all the good things in real estate, but they don't talk about kind of like the back scene, other things that are going on. It's like you watch some of these shows like Flip or Flop or fixer-upper, and you see all the amazing things that goes on, but not really what happens in the back end or what's really going on behind the scenes. You are the engine to your own car. So you gotta make it run. You gotta make sure that all the moving parts are working so that it is a smooth ride. And whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned agent, whether you're a single agent or on a team, if you're looking to learn more about EXP and the Wolfpack, send me a comment below. Check out the link. I have everything linked in the description box. I just transitioned to EXP back in March. It has been a life-changing move for me and my business. And of course, if you are just thinking about getting your license and you're thinking, where do I start? What do I do? I have a whole little mini series that I have put together for brand new agents who are looking for what resources can I use? How do I choose a real estate school? What's the process? And I will have that linked right here. So go check that out. And of course, you guys, if I don't see you around Denver, I'll definitely see you on my next video. Bye.